All right, all right. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for coming into the Real Sports Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Do not adjust your computer or do not worry about your worried about your internet because it is what you see today. I am the host, the Q Dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am going to
Oh,
do the show today. And we were going to give the host, we're going to switch places, me and the host. So I am the host today. And I hope y'all come on in and sit down. We got some wonderful topics for y'all to enjoy today. And so, host, hit it for me.
yes, sir. Let's get it going, baby.
Let's get it going.
I can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to do. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah. Turn me up, big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark, I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark, I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over. Enough of that mediocre I've been. The man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer. Ayy, lot of heart, been smart. Aura got a glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine. Don't you get it confused? I'm a win.
All right, all right. Yes, sir. Thank you, host, for that wonderful introduction. Yes, sir. All right, we're just glad to be here today on this wonderful Saturday. We're a little late today, but better late than never. We're still gonna bring it like we do it at 7 o'clock, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us.
Before I get started, I want to introduce these guys. I got two important things I need to say. First of all, happy Juneteenth. All everybody out there. Is a wonderful holiday. We want to salute to all the ancestors that pioneered the way for us to be able to do the things we do today. So it's happy Juneteenth to everyone that's out there. 1865, baby. Yes. All right. The second thing I want to say is happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You deserve to be celebrated. And it's a joyous moment for all fathers. And also there's mothers out there that are fathers too. And we want to say happy Father's Day to them too. And so I just wanted to get those two things out the way before I get started. Nonetheless, we're going to get started here, and I want to introduce you to this prestigious starting five. I wouldn't take this starting five over nobody in the world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This prestigious starting five. I'm going to start with this first guy. He resides in the DMV area. He once was part of the Triad area. He took his talents up north to the DMV area, but he did not know that we had a scout named Young Mark that will hunt him down and bring his talents to the Real Sports Podcast. We're glad we brought him aboard. He's 4 years into the making on the podcast. He represents the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Duke,
Saxonville,
the Blue Devils, and also the Boston Celtics. This man right here, he's calm, cool, and collective, but don't let the smooth taste fool you, folks. Don't let it smooth you because he's like the Incredible Hulk. Don't get him mad. If you get him mad, he's going to hit you with a whole sports field of knowledge. Yes, sir. That's him, my man. Brandon from the DMV. Let's give it up for Rockstar Rock. Yes, sir.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I like that introduction right there. Keep it going, Q-Dog. Keep it going. Salute to the OG of the group.
Yeah, that's all right there, bro.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't let them all at one time. I got to leash these dogs out of the cage one at a time. I let them go at one time. You can't be able to handle all that information. But I will put them on a leash when I let them out. Yes, sir. This second man I'm about to introduce you to the podcast. He was never drafted to the podcast. This man found us. So the live chat do believe that dreams do come true, because this man right here was once you. He came through the live chat. He checked us out. This guy wanted to be on the show, so we decided to give him a 10-day contract. We gave him a 10-day contract, and this man, he's excelled and above all means. And so after that, we just put this man on the show. This man is, he resides in Canada. He's our first international player on the Real Sports Podcast. And this man represents the Minnesota Vikings. And he represents the Toronto Raptors. And this man has brought nothing but knowledge. And he has excelled in everything that has his podcast that he has to offer for this podcast. And he is a Minnesota Vikings, iron sharpen irons. I am a Minnesota Vikings. You well know that. So you be on the lookout for us. So without further ado, he has 1 year in the league on the Real Sports Podcast. But I'm looking for many more years to come. This is my power forward. Tino Heat.
Let's go. What an introduction. Thank you very much, Q-Dog. Brother, that was insane.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're right. You know, I made it 1 year, one season, I guess, so I'm no longer a rookie, so I got to start putting more on my shoulders, especially when we come into the season here, where you guys can always expect the best, outside of the box thinking, some optimism, some positivity, and like a perspective that you guys don't usually hear. But I really appreciate the warm introduction. I am the Canadian Destroyer. I am Latino Heat. Purple and Gold Bars is the channel. I am Supreme, guys, and just like
that's my dude right there, baby.
Orale, ladies and gentlemen.
That's my dude. That's my dude right there, baby. That's my dude. That's my man, Supreme, right there, man.
Yes, sir.
Philly G, what up, yo? What up?
All right. Now, let me introduce this third member of this Real to Sports podcast.
Hey, Supreme,
this guy right here is a bundle. I mean, a bundle of information, knowledge when it comes to sport. Yes, sir. This man has been with the podcast since day one. That's why they call him Day One.
Day One.
Yes, sir. This is a very intellectual brother when it comes to sports. He knows what he's talking about, and he represents the Los Angeles Raiders and the Charlotte Hornets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When he comes on, bro, you always got to be on your P's and Q's, because this bro is very cerebral when it comes to sports. Yes, sir. Every now and then I love this brother, because sometimes he drinks the purple Kool-Aid. And when he drinks the purple Kool-Aid, yes, sir, his horns start to grow on the side of his head. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it when he does. Yes, sir. He gets it in. Yes, sir. So we just want to welcome this brother in 6 years into the making from day one. Yes, sir. We're talking about Young Mark. Yes, sir. Bring him on in.
The 2025 Real Sports Podcast MVP himself.
I appreciate you having me on. It's always a pleasure to be amongst my brothers on the Real Sports Podcast. And Q-Dog, I'm excited to see what you're going to bring tonight. But you forgot one very important thing that you need to let the people know. I am the #1 Viking hater on the Real Sports Podcast. I gotta hate on the Vikings at all times, baby.
Oh, don't be sad. Don't be sad.
He said, I am the #1.
Must be Yogi, man.
Yes.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to do you like that, yo, Mark. I had to bring you on in the right way, man. But this last guy, I'm telling you, I really feel like I am honored and privileged to be the first one to ever introduce this guy on the Real the Sports podcast. This is a special moment. This guy right here, you can always know when you hear this guy. You can walk by any basketball court, and if you hear somebody say, "Give me the damn ball,"
let's go.
You know, 10 times out of 10, that is the host. Yes, sir. Give him the damn ball. Yes, sir. That's him. That's him. That's the host for you, baby. This man is the founder of the podcast since established in 2021. Yes, he is the reason why we are here today. Why this prestigious group today, he has put us together. He represents the Las Vegas Raiders.
Baby.
Also, he has been the defending Western Conference.
Yes, sir.
San Antonio Spurs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
this
sir.
man right here is a man's man, a worker's man. He keeps everything glued together. Yes, sir. I'm telling you right now. So I'm shouting out to all the boys on the podcast, Supreme. I'm talking Mark, T-Rock, everybody in the podcast, Time 18, Mike and Mike, Zoe, Chelsea, First Lady, his sister Tiffany. All of you get on your damn feet. Get on your damn feet. And I'm about to welcome the host of the Sport.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man, I feel like, boy, I feel like it's December 31st, boy. We waiting on the ball to drop. Hey, oh man, hey, bro, thank you. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you, Q. OG Hall of Famer, man. Hey, thank you guys for being here with us. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing. Y'all ain't gonna leave that alone. I'm off tonight, man. But appreciate it, man. Appreciate the warm welcome. Thank you for Jordan. We got a good one, man. The dog got some good stuff to talk about. Y'all sit back, relax, and chill out, man. Get some laughs in. You're having a hard day, hard week, man. Just sit down and just relax and just laugh at these guys because this is about to be a banger of a damn show. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I got all hype. I got my boy. I got my starting five. My five would take on your five any day, baby. Yeah. Let's do it. Yes.
Can I do UQ?
Well, bro, I mean, if you feel like you want to host.
Well, let me do you because you're just so generous to us. Resigning in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He is the OG, the legend. The man is too hot to handle and too cold to hold. This man is all about a money suits, gold rings, and gold watches, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. He is the legendary, representing the mighty Minnesota Vikings. He's the host for the night, ladies and gentlemen. He is the legendary Q-Dog.
All right, what's going on, people? Yes, sir. I'm hyped right about now to introduce my boys. I got my boys in there. We ready. Yes, I love them, and I'm ready for the live chat to chime on in and do your thing, baby. Yes, sir. I'm ready for you to do your thing tonight. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to put your headset on because you're going to be on us tonight with the questions I'm coming. And I want you to be ready, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get it ready.
I love it, man. Philly G, what's up, Philly G? Philly G. Live chats real quick here. Barrel veteran. Young Janarius, who? Who's that? I don't know. Let's what's up, Sheila Dupree?
Dupree in the house.
What's going on?
Spring, you got to clean up him, brother, because you got some. Yeah, you got to get him out of here. He went all. Oh yeah. What's up, Master Proto? What up? What happened? Is happening? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's my boy Q, man. Then the Q with the introduction. That's what's up. Yeah, get him out. Get him. All I know is Jordan rules and LeBron drools.
That's right.
Ooh. There we go. There we go. All right, Q, floor is yours, brother.
All right, fellas. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Let's get it popping. As we've been talking on the sports show and week after week, and we all been
Max.
Good sports analysts and watching sports all our lives pretty much. One thing we like a good competitive game. And so one thing I've been noticing, especially in NBA, we have lost some competitiveness. A lot of players don't compete on a level that we would like for players to compete. So I've really came up with 3 questions to break the sports world down, is to try to dissect where did we lose competitiveness in the games that we love in what we call sports. And so I got 3 questions that I want to ask, put out there to my colleagues out here, and then see what we can do, and also the live chat chime on in and see if we can narrow this thing down to a science, because that's what I do. First of all, we know sports start off as a child. You're asking your parents if you want to play on a football team, you want to roll on a football, baseball, basketball team, just a team itself, youth football, youth sports. And so I know that we have 2 youth football coaches on this panel right here. We're saying that we're looking at Supreme and the host. They both coach youth football, and also Rock has young boys in his family, and so boys, they somewhere down the line they eventually want to be in sports, and so that's something that we have to deal with them in youth sports. And so I have a question. Well, not the question. I want to say something. I got 2 key points when it comes to youth football. One fact is they say that 70% of American kids drop out of organized sports, not because they are soft, but it's not fun and it feels like a part-time job. All right. And the second one is focusing on most coaches are focusing on tournaments, games, rather than skill development in players, in practice. So, host, you can put the question up.
Which one you want, brother?
The first one.
Coach. Okay.
Article. Yeah. My question to y'all is, are the coaches in youth football coaching to make the kids competitive? I want to start off with this question with the 2 coaches. So I'm going to start out with Latino E. Yes, sir. I'm going up the counter. You being a coach and involved with kids and the way the parents are today with children, and maybe I don't know if it allows you to be the type of coach you want to be, or what's going on in your idea far as kids being competitive in sports, and do you see there's a drop off, or you just give the world a general idea of, is the coaching making kids competitive in your aspect?
I think it does the opposite. And there's also a caveat there, right? Because a lot of before practice starts, all of our coaches, all our position coaches get together, head coach, and we all will kind of complain that we can't go hard on these kids. They break easy. They're soft, right? Like, you can't say things. You can't be hard. You can't be stern with them. They don't respond. So we kind of, I'm already more like I already go by the positive kind of side. Like, I know they can't handle the MJ way of leadership, of coaching. You know, you put a lot on them, you demand it, and you talk like tough. They just don't respond to that, and we're conditioned to just not even talk like that to them. And coaches are kind of scared. Like, I know, like, I'm the only one that doesn't swear, but like every single time a coach swears, they all gonna have to kind of like, even though there's no parents around or even close within earshot, they do this like, did somebody hear me swear to these kids? Because it's like, at least up in Canada, it is everybody's so like politically correct. We can't be harsh or mean. It's all about their feelings, and it just fosters the softness in them. And um, as a result, I think that's why a lot of kids quit. You know, I made a mistake at the beginning of the season with my O line. I put them through a pretty hard strength and conditioning circuit, and one of them quit immediately that week. I was like, ah, man, like and I knew as soon as it happened, I was like, I think I kind of pushed these kids a little too hard, too quick. It was like the first or second week of the season, so they're all out of shape. You know, they're not in football shape. So that's what I would say. It's like it's hard to really make it seem like all these coaches don't, are soft. They don't have what it takes to be stern and foster championship mentality. They're kind of handicapped, right? They don't want to get the parents. Oh man, the parents call and complain about everything. My son didn't get enough playing time. My son, the kids are making fun of him, or you know what I mean. Like, the coach didn't talk to my son this week, and it's like it's so like we don't like they don't want to step out of line, right? So it's just a um, kind of like a byproduct of this kind of like soft generation. We know they're soft, so we have to treat them soft. And I've never seen a soft team win a championship in anything. So I think that's what I would say is the reason to why it is the way that it is. Um, because you find, if you put any coach, you kind of push them a little bit. That's why they're going to quit. Our football league, like, we practice twice a week. Like,
Oh wow.
I know other leagues, and I know the high school teams in my city, they practice 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So whether it's like on the field walkthroughs and strengthening train, we don't lift with them. We don't. It's just twice a week. It's an hour and a half, and most of the time we can't even do contact. So like we're just kind of hamstrung. And so I don't think the coaches directly are to blame. It's not like they're like soft. The coaching isn't the problem. It's just what they have to navigate, if that makes sense.
Okay, let me ask you a question there, Supreme. You should be in the coach, and that's well described what you just said. Do you see any kids that come there that want to be competitive, that you can separate from the other kids that really takes it seriously, that want to be something, that they when they lose a game, you can tell that they're mad, they're frustrated, they come back eager to play the next week? Or on the opposite, do you see kids that come and they playing around and you got to line them up, they're not serious about, want to learn the craft and all of that? Do you see that type of the behavior in these children that come on this campus?
Absolutely. I see both. So I see kids that are there that are just there for just to make friends and hang out with their buddies, to get out of the house, sort of thing. But I also have a handful of kids that take it seriously, and those are the kids that I pull to the side, and I'm a little bit tougher. I'll say, I'll be direct with them and let them know, like, yo, listen, you need to step up here. You need to be the leader. You need to tell these guys, you got to lead them. You got to be hard on them, because I can't do it. We can't do it. You need to be the leader on the football field. I put a lot more expectations on them, but they're the ones that, when they come off the field and the play didn't go wrong, there's an interception, whatever it is, they're angry. You know what I mean? Like, and you can see it in their body language, in their face. And those are the kids that I definitely try to push and put a lot more on them. But there are a lot of kids out there that they just don't care. I don't care what the score is. We could be losing by 50. We could be winning by 50. To them, it makes no difference. So, and then there's a bunch of kids that are just like right in the middle that they kind of go based on what the team is feeling. If the team is pumped up and they're having fun and they're taking it serious, they'll take it serious. But if if everybody's got their head down, they'll put their head down too, you know? So it's just a weird dynamic, just a weird era that we're in, I think.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Supreme. Thank you for that. All right, let's go to the next coach. And that's the host. I ask you the same question. Are the coaches in youth sports coaching to make kids competitive?
Great question, sir. AAU has really ruined basketball because AAU is all about money. It's a money scheme, man. A lot of kids that come to me, I coach YMCA basketball, and they come to me, and the parents come to me saying that they don't like AAU because AAU has 12 kids, 13 kids maybe, but they only run 7. And these people paying their money, just pay for that team, and they're not really getting taught the right way on how to play, and it's all politics. In AAU, you're just trying to get the best of the best on the court to win the championship. There's no teaching, there's no anything like that. But if you are doing bad, they will get on you pretty bad. Now, to go back with me, I got 2 teams. I got 11 and 12, and then I got a 13 and 14 team. Both of them we played today. But my 11 and 12, this is my first time with them and the parents. See, what I do is because to answer your question, making them competitive, I don't make them competitive. What I do is I try to get into their mind first. And what I do is first practice, I tell everybody before you come in that door, when you come in that door for practice, it means all business whatsoever. You're going to give me 100% every time you come in this door, because I'm giving you 100%. And we make that I make that agreement with them, verbal agreement, and then we go from there. But as a coach, man, you got to set the ground rules first, even with the parents, because parents will push these kids, man. I mean, parents are so hard on them, and they will push and push and push. And Supreme, you was talking about the swearing. Now that's something I don't do with my. I don't get too frustrated with my kids, but I do be on them. But that's why I'm saying you got to set the ground rules first for in order to get that. I don't run them a whole lot. I only got an hour of practice, so we get straight down to it. We go in there, we go straight to it. Look, this is what we're gonna do. This is how I want you to do it. I try to show them techniques, especially my 11 and 12, because they're younger. My 13 and 14. I had them for years growing up. So I got a relationship with their parents and I got a relationship with them. Now I be getting on them. Now I get on them. I grab this, look, man, get it together. But I don't have to do that lately with them. But it's just all about relationship, man. And it teaching me patience big time. But again, mostly I don't teach them to be, I want them to be competitive. But I care about wins and losses, but I just want them to get the game and how it feels to be in a tough game, because I'm in the YMCA. So my job is to get them to the next level, which is middle school and high school and then college or whatever I'm bringing them. Hopefully they're taking in them, but I don't know. I got some that's natural born killers. I got some that's like that, but I don't try to teach them, but I do get in their mind and say, listen, you got to run, you got to practice, you got to do this, you got to do that. Even long story short, we had a game today, and my 11 and 12, we won big time. My 13 and 14, we was down 14 in the fourth quarter. We was down. No, we was down 14 in the fourth quarter. First quarter, we was getting stumped, man. And all these kids that I had these kids before, I'm like, so I get in the huddle, I'm going in. Like, y'all act like y'all don't want to play. What's going on? I was mad because I know my team and I know their potential. Everybody's so sluggish or whatever. I said, man, y'all act like y'all don't want to play. Let's crank it up. Let's go. I start getting in everybody's face, like, let's go. Nick, my big man, he was playing weak. I said, Nick, I got in his ear, on the side of his ear. I said, Nick, wake up. Wake up like that. And guess what? Nick started getting it. All right, so we was down 14 in the fourth quarter. They was letting us come back. I said, look, man, I said, look, they letting us come back, y'all. They giving us a game. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to quit now? No, sir. I said, y'all want to quit now? No, sir. Let's go. Boom. We came back. Colin hit a 3-pointer, 47-47, bro. We tied the game. In 8 minutes, we came back. 14 points. We came back. And I got into their mind, man. What, do you want it or not? You want it or not? So that's how I roll it. We lost the game, ref. Oh God, I don't even want to go there because I'm mad. I'm mad, and so I don't even want to talk about it. I had to get some quick therapy for myself because the ref got me today. He got me, and he know he did. He said my bad, but it's all good. But anyway, yeah, man. To answer your question, brother Q, no. Some coaches do AAU, man. AAU don't care, man. Let me tell you something. You gonna get out there, you watching. If you get your kid in the AAU, they do not care. They don't care. All they care about is winning and your money. That's all they care about. Me and the YMCA, I'm different. I'm unorthodox. I do actually care about the kid. I care about their form. I care about passing and all that good stuff. And so, yeah. Dang, a little long-winded there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you, man, as you guys as coaches, man, I kind of feel for y'all, man. Coaches need a new generation of children. To me, I'm too old school. I wouldn't be good at coaching. But I want to ask you another.
I'll make it quick.
Back on Supreme a little bit. Do you get these kids that come in there and I know you say you don't want to speak the competitive. Put that competitive nature in them. Do they show you that they have some kind of drive? Do some kids show you that they come in that's what they give that to you before you can give that to them? Yeah, they come in like that, and then you know what? And then like Supreme was saying, the parents, they coming in, they want you to be a father and a coach at the same time. You shouldn't be a father. You shouldn't be a coach at the same time. That's their job. You should just be the coach. And so y'all have to deal with all these different scenarios coming in. Why my coach, my son not playing and all this, or why he ain't doing this and that. And a lot of that has to do with the parent. But they they just pay the money and throw all the rest on y'all.
Well, I don't have that problem. I don't have it because with my system, everybody plays. So I play everybody. But I don't know. I don't have any problems with my parents or anything like that. And I don't try to make them competitive like that because they're kids. And I don't want to put a lot of pressure. The game alone is a lot of pressure on them because you got the crowd and the parents cheering on. So they hear that. So that's a lot of pressure on. So I don't try to push them like that. Now my 13 and 14, I push a little bit, but not as much still because they still kids. So yeah, I don't push so hard. I want to win the game deep down inside, bro. Like I want to get hated, but I know like all right, gotta let me dial back a little bit. Let me dial back. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I do get kids that are like that are built with competitive edge, but I just can't use the MJ approach where I can just be hard on them. I have to encourage them, uplift them, and tell them that I believe in them, and tell them, hey, listen, I'm seeing this. If you can capitalize on this, you have the speed, you have the strength, you can do this. We've done this in practice. Our defensive line is much better than theirs.
Yes,
every single day in practice. So you can beat these guys, and then all of a sudden it changes something. But then there is a lot of kids that they doesn't matter. They just don't care like that,
Me and him just alike, bro. Because I'd be like, man, this team is garbage. Y'all can't beat them.
Okay.
Man, come on, but,
okay, coaches. Okay, we got y'all. We got y'all from the coach's perspective. We're gonna move on here, and then I'm gonna drop down south there, down to Jacksonville County, and we're gonna get Dr. T-Rock perspective. T-Rock, can you tell me, sir, are the coaches in youth coaching, sports coaching, are they coaching to make kids more competitive in your aspect, or what can we do, or what can be done to make kids, lean towards that direction of being competitive?
Some part of it, I think kids are competitive. It depends on where they come from. You know, like
Okay.
if they got some kids come from different backgrounds than others.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, some kids are gonna have that where their parents give them everything, and then
Right.
there's some that have to work for
Be
everything,
more hungry.
or
Yeah.
they may have a lot of siblings to where as though they may get hand me down, or they may not be privileged enough to get everything that some other kids are able to get. And I think that's where the competitive nature kind of comes in. I
Yes,
feel
sir.
like a kid that has less may have that fire and desire to be more
Yes, sir.
competitive than the kid that's
Yes, sir.
always given something.
Yes, sir.
Because the kid that's always given something is usually the kid that's the first one to quit
Yes,
because he's
sir.
like, oh, this not going my way.
Right.
I can go here. This coach wanted me there anyway before I came to your team. So I think it goes a little bit with some kids being privileged and some kids not being privileged. And the
Yes, sir.
ones that you know that when you were asking Supreme and host about if do they find those kids that already have that competitive nature, those probably the kids that come from a little bit less fortunate than the
The
ones
diamonds
that
in the
Yes,
rough.
sir.
The
Yes, sir.
diamonds in
yeah,
the rough.
you know, the diamonds in the rough, like he
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always mold those diamonds in the rough into a perfect gem,
Yes,
you
sir.
know. And it's not to say that you can't do that with the kids that are privileged as well.
Right.
Because I myself, give you a little background. I played in recreational sport, basketball, rec league. You guys all know about rec league. That's when you go to
Yes,
your
sir.
recreation center and they got a team. It's either the team of the city that you live in, and that's the rec squad that you played for. So I grew up in Hyattsville. That was the rec center that I played for. And when I actually got to play, I was a little bit older when I started to play. So I was actually playing with kids that was in the rec center for years. Their dads, their moms, all in the program and whatnot. So I always knew that dang, I wasn't gonna get this much playing time. So I always had to be competitive. I had to show in practice. I had to, go above and beyond to at least get playing time because I knew, well, dang, the kids that were in front of me, it's rec league. You pay they have to play. You have to play in the games. You know, you can't sit and be on the bench and your parents are paying rec fees and this, that, and the third uniforms, and they don't see their kids play. I was one of the kids that um my parents wasn't fortunate. Well, my parents weren't always at my game. So and that kind of allowed me to be more competitive and had that fire because I didn't have nobody cheering for me in the stands, not all the time when I had games, or not even the times where it was important and I got in the games. I didn't, I looked to the side, didn't have a family member there. So sometimes those little things can allow you to give you that competitive nature in sports. And that's the thing that I would say that I learned from being in competitive sports. I always felt like, damn, I didn't get a fair shot, but I didn't never want to quit. You know, I always kept going. If I got cut from varsity high school, I went the next year and tried out. If I didn't make it, I went and ran track. So you know what I'm saying. So I just think it all depends on like what host said, the kid's mentality. Like, and I like what he said. He doesn't think about the physical traits of what the kid can bring to his team. He's looking at their mental because in a 2-minute situation or it's a minute left in the game, and let's say he don't have any timeouts. He need his point guard to be focused and having that mental makeup that he's already channeled from the first day of practice. He got confidence in his team that he's like, we can do this, And I understand the same way with what Supreme was saying. You nowadays, like with my sons, like what Q Dog was saying from the beginning, I know they're eventually going to want to be getting competitive sports. They already talked to me about it now. Got the football, basketball, soccer ball. They want to be involved.
Uh,
So
Getting the fever.
I try to tell them that, life ain't fair. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to be good at it. You're going to have to practice. Because they look at me and they see me dribbling the basketball. I know, Host, your son probably see you dribbling the basketball and be like, Dad, how you get the ball through? How you dribble the ball through your leg? I told my son, you keep practicing at it, you do the same thing. So, but I am a little hard on my kids as well, my sons. When something don't go their way and they start crying, I tell them, yo, wipe your tears. Ain't no crying. Stop all that crying. Like, that's not crying ain't gonna get you what you want. So I will say that. But the coaching wise, I think it depends on how the coaches their mentality is going into who the kids that they're coaching. If the coach don't want to if he's not fully invested in what he wants to bring to the table to make sure that these kids thrive in life outside of playing in competitive sports, then that's what I think where some coaches fail with these kids is because nowadays they got NIL and all this other stuff that they're gonna be close to knowing about once they get out of high school. Because you guys are putting kids that you guys are coaching. You guys are eventually coaching them to go to the next level in high school.
Absolutely.
Whereas though that coaching at high school level may not prepare them for what they need to know going into college, as far as with their name and likeness and things of that nature. So it's a real tricky situation being a coach. I shout out to my brother. He coached high school ball and prep league, and I shout out to you, Host and Supreme, for doing it. I eventually want to make that step one day, but I got to work on my patience first. So I got boys. So I got my sons. I'm working with them before I, can go out there and coach somebody else's kids.
Yeah. Can I say something, Q?
Go ahead, sir.
I'll make it really brief. I promise you. But I want to add this in because I want to add this in when I was a kid, and the reason why. And Q, you can relate to this, Supreme. I was like this as a kid because of Michael Jordan and the competitive what he brought in, and I imitated that. Imitated his flat, was it flat, whatever. But yeah, that's why I was, and I always been like that, man. And I was one of those diamonds in the rough that every time. That's why when we played pickup, I didn't lose. Long story short, here it was Bellevue, Florida. I lived in Ocala, but Bellevue was the next city over. And we used to, me, Sean, and Gator used to go play basketball and stuff around Ocala, the city, and let's play pickup ball, beating everybody, whatever. And so we hear from the grapevine, they was like, yo, this dude named OJ over at Bellevue Rec Center killing everybody. So I'm like, what? He doing what? And let's go. We ride over there. I'm checking him out. I'm just sitting there. I ain't even play. I'm just sitting there checking him out like, yeah, don't do good. Whatever. Came back the next day. I got my squad. OJ, he was good. He had a left hand. He was left-handed, but boy, he can shoot. OJ was down there killing him. So let me tell you what the competitive nature in me. I remember like it was yesterday, bro. I was sitting down on the bleachers at the bottom, and OJ was in the corner, and he shot it. And when he shot it, he did a Steph Curry. He shot it, and the ball was in the air. He turned around and looked in my face and was like, like that. And he hit it. And you know what? It reminded me, you guys probably seen on Facebook when Dirk and Whiskey hit that corner 3-point jump shot, and Kobe was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, good shot. So that's what I was like. I was like, okay. Next game, I was up. I told Sean, Gator, Vaughn, we call him 50 because he was number 50. He was our center, Vaughn, big 50. I said 50, and we had a guy named Kenny Dyer, and he was our point. He was the point guard, but he wasn't that good. Kenny sucked, but he had a good defense. But anyway, long story short, so I told everybody, I said, nobody guard him but me. I don't want none of y'all guarding OJ. None of them. Nobody. OJ scored 2 points, bro. We beat the brakes because in street ball we go to 12 by ones. You hit a 3-pointer, that's a 2. Man, we end up beating them like it was like 12-3. I walked off, competitive, like, yeah. So I ain't get up in his face or nothing like that. I just went, when we beat him, I went and sat down, bro. But that, I mean, I say that to be saying, man, the 90s basketball, man, and yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? The 90s and the 80s is what got the competitive. Q as well, but Supreme as well. Like, we seen those guys, those athletes. All right, hold, shut up. Go ahead, Q.
Can I add just one thing too? For me, like, my perspective might be a little skewed. I'm in Canada, and I'm also in a small town too. So there's 76,000 people, right? So I don't have, like, it might be a little bit different. I know with my nephews, my brother-in-law coaches them, and I know I see him get pretty heated with them, even then they're only 10, you know what I mean? But, in Ohio, they take football seriously, right? So
right, football state.
So that's just something to kind of keep in mind too.
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
Hey, Supreme, kill that. Get that right there, Supreme. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, I appreciate that what you said, Rockstar Rock. I can relate to what you're saying when you're saying that it depends on the environment that the young man comes from, because I do that. Most of the unprivileged kids, they are the most successful, because I believe that really they're the most successful because that's really in their mindset, that they know as a young kid, that's going to be their ticket to get their family to success. And so through the stuff that they're going through, and with the struggles of moving and getting things cut off, lack of food, lack of clothing that they go through, they know that I cannot do nothing about it. But if I stay strong in this craft and I fight with all my might, I can put this family on top when I get to leave. That's those guys excel more than, but these other young men do not understand, because they just don't understand him, because they're not in that situation. Their life, they live a life better, so they don't have to take it the way he takes it. He has no choice but to take it that way. And I understand that. I appreciate you saying that. Always, I see you like that all the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to
Mr. Marcus.
Mr. Young Marcus. Yeah, he just sitting back patiently.
There you go.
He like
the
he's
youngest one.
Like he's in the big chair at the White House, and I know he's just eager. He's chopping at the bit. He ready to go. He ready to give you good information. He's a real cerebral brother, like I said, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. So, Young Mark, can you please tell the audience and the people in the world that listen to the Real to Sports podcast, what is your take? Are the coaches in youth sports coaching to make the kids competitive, or what is your insight in this question?
I think that it goes back to something that Host talked about when he was speaking. Coaches have to develop relationships with their players to know which buttons to press to get the best out of them. The yelling and screaming and old school, like Bud Grant style coaching might work for somebody like Host, but then for somebody like me, I might not need that. I might need something that's more in line like Coach Prime, like more like, hey, don't yell at me, but tell me what I did wrong, coach me up and show me how I can get better. It just depends on the player, and the only way to know which button to press is to have a relationship with them and get to know them. I think back to my time in youth sports, and one of the first things that my high school coach, Coach Wilson, one of the first things he did when he met with us was he asked us, what do you want to get out of this? Like, what is your reason for being here? That was the first thing that he was asking us when he was handing us the uniforms during the first day of practice. And depending on your answer, depending on if he will let go and hand you the jersey or not, because he was weeding people out before we even hit the field. And also it helped because he would develop relationships with us outside of the field. So he knew, all right, if I need to get something out of Mark, this is what I got to tap into. If I need to get something out of Rock, this is what I need to lean into. And I also think about one of my other coaches, Coach Laws. Coach Laws was one of the people where he set a standard for us, where he was just like what you see in the movie with Coach Carter. If you played on the football team and you had one of his classes, you had to sit in the front of the class, you had to be engaged in the lesson, you had to be a leader amongst your peers. Like, he had high expectations for us, and he was as hard on us in the classroom as he was on the field, not because he was just trying to be rude or be a dick or anything like that, but because especially with those of us that he had in his class, he saw something in us, and he saw that we had a pathway forward, whether that was academically or on the field, and he really wanted to see us succeed. So I think you need to bring that back into coaching. I understand what Supreme was saying about like everything in the world is politically correct now, and you're worried about what you can and can't say to people. But again, I think if you develop a relationship with your player and understand who they are and what makes them up, you can bring the best out of them as a coach. There's another side to this that nobody really hit on that I want to speak on with this, and that's the parenting side. There are some parents who ruin the kid before the coach can even get to them and try to bring that competitiveness out of them because they burnt them out at home. Not everybody responds well to the 5 a.m. wake-up calls, the constant weight training sessions during the offseason, that grind that you hear people like Chris McCaffrey had to go through in order to reach the NFL, the workouts that you would see J.J. Watt doing after practice on Hard Knocks. There are some dudes who thrive off of that, and God bless them for it. And then there are other people where if you push this person too hard on top of everything else that they have to handle with school and with life and being an athlete, you're going to burn them out and make them fall out of love with the sport. And once you fall out of love with something, you're not going to give it the same amount of effort and energy if you still loved it. So I think another part of it, if you want kids to be more competitive on the field, on the court, it starts at home with the parenting. You want the kids to learn and be better and develop at the sport and keep practicing, like Rock mentioned, but you want to make it fun. You can work hard, but it doesn't have to suck. So I think that's the two sides of it. Coaches got to develop relationships with their players so they can know what buttons to press, and parents got to make sports fun for kids so that way they keep enjoying it and want to keep going at it and getting better at it.
Good point.
Yeah, good point. I really feel that's a good point. I really like the part what you said about parenting. Do you think that parenting should join hands with coaches and help the player to reach their full potential by joining hands together instead of fighting against the coaches, doing the things that bring negativity towards this young man and when he's trying to go and learn a craft and learn a skill and things are at the home that are not quote unquote helpful to his growing as a young man and a professional athlete, as far as the coach's side of helping him on that area, and then the parents not chipping in their part?
Yeah, it definitely plays a part, and they have to be I don't want to say in lockstep with each other, but they have to be at least on the same page. Because again, if the parent at home is, I'm not trying to come after anybody's parent because I'm not a parent myself, but if the parent is at home pumping their kid up, telling them they're the hottest thing since Allen Iverson, or they're going to be the next LeBron James, and putting them up on a pedestal and pumping their head up, you're going to get a coach like host and be uncoachable. And then you're mad when, why isn't my son playing? And you're the one in the stands raising hell about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It starts at home. The best athletes that you see in today's sports world, they come from parents who nurtured them, who helped them recover, who helped them get better. I personally prefer the parent that goes up to the coach after practice and says, "Hey, coach, I see that my child isn't playing. What can they do to get better so that way they can get on the field?" And then when you take them at home and you work with them on those things that coach told you, and then that way, if not this year or next year, they'll just keep getting better and better at it. And eventually either coach is not going to be able to deny their talents at it, or you're going to be able to take them somewhere else because they'll be ahead of the game now that they have the fundamentals mastered, and then that'll increase their chances to play. So I definitely think the parents need to be at least on the same page with coach and making the athlete at home in a better headspace. That way they're more coachable and more competitive when they get to coach.
All right, man. I'm telling you, man, all y'all have hit head point on this subject right here. I like what I heard.
I like Mark. I'm with Mark on that one, boy.
I believe you took a page out of my book on that. You lucky on the host, and I would have said it first.
I like Mark on that one.
I like that. I really appreciate it. All y'all have hit valid point. We got some guys coming in on the live chat. I think they want to chime in, comment on this subject. Can you please?
Philly G. He said, you can read if you want to.
Okay. okay, they can transfer. I'm just playing, but yeah, I agree, Mark. Okay, some people said some things before. Allow the coach to teach them to develop the dog in them. Allow the child to see the world from another lens.
That's a great point. That's
Yes.
a great point. That's a great point.
Dalton Vincent again say no, this should stay hands off. I think he's talking about the parents and parenting.
Hey,
yeah.
What's going on?
All right. You want to host? Check on my coach. Right.
I'll put everybody on the clock.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody come on in.
Yeah, anybody else coming in host on that subject?
No, sir. No,
okay,
sir.
All right. Then I appreciate all y'all on that particular subject matter right there. All right, let's move it up to the next level when we're coming from youth sports and then maybe high school. We're going to take it to the collegiate level. And one thing about the collegiate level, especially what they have installed now, is the transfer portal. And it allows players to move on and then go to other teams where they figure teams that they're currently on does not fit well with them. I pull up a couple good points about the transfer portal, the positive and the negative. The negative part, it says that it teaches them to run from their difficulties rather than facing challenges. Developmental grit and earn playing time through hard work. The positive part says it empowers them to escape toxic environments, find better coaching and better playing time. I know that we have two guys on this podcast that are very, very adamant into collegiate ball, especially collegiate football. I hear them talk all the time. So I'm going to let these two guys talk first. And and I want to get their aspect. Hope put the question up for me, please, sir.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
And the question is, do you think college transfer portal makes athletes weak, or does it empowers the athlete? And I'm gonna go back to the man with all the information, Mr. College Football himself. Yes, sir. Yeah, he gonna hit us with a bang. He gonna hit us in our mouth. Yes, sir. Guard your grill, baby. He gonna get you. I'm talking about Mr. Young Mark.
Oh, Mark.
Yes, sir.
MVP.
Mr. MVP. Tell me, Mr. Mark, Mr. MVP, do you think the college transfer portal make athletes weak, or does it empowers athletes, sir?
There is a whole nother source in college football that is making athletes weak, and it is not the transfer portal. I think with everything in life, you have the good and the bad with it. I think about somebody like JT Daniels, who transferred to 5 different schools in 6 years. He went from USC to Georgia to West Virginia to Rice. He just bounced all over the place. And the common complaint that I hear with that amongst college football fans is, where do you call home? Because in college football, it's all about tradition and leaving a legacy and continuing on the timeless traditions of your school and repping your alma mater. Like, that means a lot to people in the college world. So when you have guys who bounce around a lot, they tend to get labeled as weak in the eyes of the fans. And I can understand that in some cases, but I think it actually empowers the players, because if you, in the old days before the transfer portal, if you transferred, period, you immediately lost a year of eligibility. You had to sit out an entire football season. So that took away your bite to the apple, especially if you had aspirations of going to the NFL. Nowadays, you can transfer and be eligible immediately, and I think that works for the players, because if I'm in a situation where I'm buried on the depth chart, or I'm working hard, but keep saying host, I'm sorry, but coach isn't seeing me or whatever, instead of me being penalized and having to sit out a year, I can go to another situation and try to make myself better. Or in a case like one of my favorite college football players of all time, Baker Mayfield, he walked on to Texas Tech, hit the transfer portal, and went to Oklahoma and had to grind and earn his way into not only the starting role, but he grinded and earned his way all the way to the Heisman Trophy, going from a walk-on to a Heisman Trophy winner. So the transfer portal can help dogs like Baker Mayfield get in the right situation to where they can be unleashed and where they can show their talents and show why they should be playing at the highest level in the NFL. So in my personal opinion, I think the transfer portal empowers the players and at least at minimum puts them on even playing field with the coaches, because coaches can leave a school immediately, not face any consequences, and keep on making money. So why can't the players do it too?
Okay, I get what you're saying on that. As far as you said that it empowers players, but I mean, you usually think it's like a double-edged sword, in a point where a lot of players might not be as fortunate as Baker Mayfield to get in the NFL and still strive. Where a lot of players that do transfer to multiple teams in the transfer portal and get to the NFL, that they feel like you can't be trusted, that you might quit on them through through hard coaching or whatever, and get frustrated, and you might give the lack of effort. You know what I'm saying? Because of you have been through all of these teams, and that hasn't been embedded in your body that they're not to fight, that you can move on, but you can't do it in the NFL. So does that put in a terrible mindset of a player when they get to the NFL on the next level?
I don't think it does. I think this goes back to my answer in the previous segment. This is where you have to get to know the player and the individual that you're bringing into your organization. Absolutely. Because there are plenty of dudes, and I'll put it to you like this, OG. Would you rather have a dude in the NFL who stayed at the same school for 4 years but only started 1 year because they weren't good enough to get the starting role, and then when they did get the starting role, they showed up like fool's gold, and you get them in your building and they suck, versus the dude who kept going to multiple schools at the highest level in college football, earned his way into a starting role everywhere he went, and had pretty consistent, if not better, numbers at each level. One prime candidate for that would be Cam Ward. He started out at small incarnate word for 1 year, transferred to Washington State for another year, then transferred to the University of Miami in his third year, and ended up going on to be the number 1 overall pick. He went into a bad situation with the Titans, not with a weak mindset because he transferred from a bunch of schools, but because he kept going from school to school to school. It was making him calloused. It was building up strength in him to where he can weather whatever storm comes his way. So it really just depends on the individual person when you're trying to make that assessment.
I can concur on that, because we had Case Keenum, and he took us all the way to the NFC Championship, and we got rid of him and brought in Kirk Cousins. Man, I tell you, I can concur. I understand what you're saying on that, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, that reminds me of that. I'm sorry about that. I had a moment there. Anyway. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next collegiate man, and let's get his input on this question. That's Rockstar Rock down there. Represents the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, sir. Mr. Rockstar Rock, what is your input and what is your intellect, since you've been a collegiate man the way you are, and you into college ball the way you are, Mr. Rock? Tell the world, do you think that the college transfer portal makes athletes weak, or does it empower athletes?
No. Oh, that's left behind. You want to go live real quick?
Oh yeah, go live real quick. You ready, Rob?
Yes, sir. My children were down here playing. I had to tell them to get out of the living room.
Boy, I like Dylan. Dylan got some good shit going. I like that, Dylan. I see you, baby. That's good. That's good.
But I would say it's both. I say it makes the athletes weak, and it gives them the power to do it, because Donald Trump, our president, just tried. I believe he's putting in an order to actually only give the kids one. Now they can only transfer one time now. I think he's trying to put a direct order or something like that. He's doing something where he's trying to stop the chaos as far as what is called the transfer portal in college sports. The reason I say it may make the athlete weak, because it's just what we went over in the last topic, the competitiveness. Just because it's a guy that's in front of you and you transfer to the school, and where's the competitiveness to say, man, I'm gonna go take this guy's spot. I'm gonna go earn earn
Good
my
point.
minutes.
Good point.
You
Good
know,
point.
some dudes go to the school, collect that NIL check, sit on the bench, and then they out of there, and then they doing something else, collecting another NIL check from another school. Majority of the guys that just transferred from Ole Miss, some of them guys transferred from Ole Miss, they followed Lane Kiffin to LSU. So they collected the NIL money that they got from Ole Miss, and they're gonna collect that bag from going to LSU. Because the landscape of where LSU is than Ole Miss in the recruiting portal and things of that nature. So I mean, and I say this as far as them having the empower to do this, for years, athletes always in college sports have been being underpaid. They haven't been paid. And now that they are, now that they're taking full advantage of what's out there. If I'm making, kids looking at it like this, I'm making 75,000 to come to this school. But the next school want me to come there and they're gonna pay me $2 million. So I'm supposed to sit here for 75K with it. That's $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't make that type of money.
Right.
Somebody pay me 75K and then they told me they want to pay me $2 million. I mean, hey,
I know that's right, bro.
$2 million a year. That you making $2 million a year. That's a lot of fun. I mean, excuse me, money. You know, that's a lot of money. You know, not for your average. You know, for your average person, that's a lot of money. For someone who may see $1 million, make more than $1 million a year, that's chump change to them. So
facts.
But that's why I say it's a little bit of both. It takes the competitiveness, the fire out of wanting to, you know, go somewhere and beat someone out for their position. You know, like when we played in competitive sports, if somebody or if we played basketball out in the street, if somebody was, they'd be like, hey man, I think my guy right here, him and his squad, they like Ho said, him and his squad, they was going to other spots to dog people. I remember that because me and my peoples used to do that. We used to go to different rec centers, run and shoot, go up there, and we'd be playing people. We'd be playing a 2-3 zone in street ball. Because we was undersized. We was playing 2-3, running people out of the gym to the point we was sitting down on people on the court. So you know that competitive nature that we had growing up, I think is gone. And that's why I say the NIL kind of makes the kids weak because it's telling them, all right, I can quit and go somewhere else. Just like in the job field, they get a job, they might not like the job. They're gonna feel as though they can quit and go to another job. But it also it's empowering to them. They can do it until somebody says, "Hey, we gonna stop all this transferring to different schools every year." We're gonna keep seeing it.
I agree. Rock.
Okay, Rockstar Rock. I want to ask you a question. I really feel that you talked about the NIL money that they're making, and they can go make 75,000 here and go make 2 million here. This well, and the more that you increase and putting money into their pocket, the more fight that you take away from them. You know what I'm saying? I might, you know, why would I want to go to the NFL? I got 2 million in my pocket right now. I can live off. What's the use in going to the league? What do I give a damn about a Lombardi trophy? What do I care about that? I mean, to me, I mean, you great athletes to start. They the ones want to put it's about putting your name up there. Your money can't put your name up there. Your money can't get you in the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the part they're leaving out. That's the part they're forgetting about because you know you're putting that dangling that carrot in front of them. And so when you dangle that carrot in front of them, that takes away what we like. That takes away what we like in sport, the competitive of this and that and that and this. And so you take it's like you're draining them. You're draining that competitive. You're pulling the very thing that we want in sports out. Yeah, so I can understand what you're saying on that.
And that's why I said because some of these kids now, some of these guys that's getting drafted, if you notice, some of these undrafted dudes, they quitting before like Squirrel White went to Florida State, 25 years old. My guy quit in OTA. He went undrafted and quit in OTA. Where have you ever heard of a dude undrafted go to OTA and want to quit?
You got money already? You got money already?
Yeah, from NIL.
All right, there's no need to be hungry. There's no need to be hungry.
I
Why
disagree.
fight?
Another dude
Why
did
fight
it too. A
that fight
defensive
when
tackle
I got millions of dollars in my pocket? Why it just doesn't seem logical to them. Why fight just to get on the NFL roster? You know what I'm saying, and make the league minimum, if that. When I got all this money I got from the NFL, NIL, you know, it just don't make no sense. And that's what you're putting in these players. You're taking away the fight. They got a choice whether they want to continue or not. You know, and that takes away the fire. That takes away the fire to be one of the best because you don't want to. You got big money. Go ahead, Mark. You want to chime in?
I disagree with Rock and OG on that because I think in the case of Squirrel White, I don't think it's a situation where the money or the transfer portal or college made him soft. I just think that some dudes come to a realization faster than other people that there is a huge difference between college football and professional football. Like being a professional and getting coached by professionals in the NFL, it might be a situation where they had a coach who's like Supreme, who doesn't swear, who doesn't yell, who just, you know, is hard on a bit, like is pretty chill about them most of the time. And then they get to the NFL and they got to deal with Q-Dog and he's mad as hell and yelling and cussing and screaming at him for him to move his behind. For some dudes, that's a shock that they can either avoid or get over, but that's more so on the individual person. I don't think that's necessarily a negative sign of them, you know, getting paid or being in the transfer portal or anything like that.
So you're saying that they can a hard coach, they would let their emotions get in the way.
I'm just saying that could be an example of why somebody would leave if they realize like, hey, it's something about this professional level that just isn't for me. This isn't where my heart or my passion is. Let me go do something else. I would rather have him do that than to have him do like Homeboy did with the Colts and literally retire on me at halftime. You know,
who, Vontae Davis?
Yeah.
You know, what you're feeding to me is that you can come from youth football and come all the way up to the game that you love, get NIL money, and then you decide that if you want to go to the next level in NFL, and because of a certain coach or the way the NFL is on a higher level, held you account to a higher level, something that you don't want to go through from the time that a game that you love in your heart, you let something like that take it away from you. Yeah, that means you have to fight harder. To me, you have to fight. If that's the game that you love, can't put that. Money can't put that love in your heart as a kid. So if that's a game that you love and you know you always loved it, they can't take that away from you. You love it.
I think Squirrel White didn't he come from Kansas? Wasn't Squirrel White? Did Squirrel White go to Kansas before he came to Florida State? Mark?
I think so, but hear me out. Maybe it's not that, but would you rather have him realize this isn't for me in OTAs versus him just collecting the check and faking the funk and then getting out there on the field and playing like crap and you've already paid him?
I'd rather for him not to have the NIL money to make him feel that way.
And also, how many
I'd rather
times
for him not to have that NIL money to make him feel like OTAs for him ain't for him.
Here's one more thing, and host and Supreme can chime in on this because they can understand it from their perspective as coaches. How many people play sports because they're really good at it or they have the size or the body for it versus how many people play sports because they actually love the game? A majority, if I had to guess, I would say a majority of the people that play sports play because they are good at it or they have the size or the body for it, not because they have an undying passion for the game.
Maybe at the high school level. At the college level now where it's changes.
Yeah.
Right. But also I want to answer your question where you said, like, I understand where you're coming from and I get being very sympathetic to people and, you know, their demeanor, their sensitivity or the likes and dislikes, but that's the exception to the rule, Mark. The majority of these guys aren't in that where they can't handle a certain attitude or amount of pressure or whatever the case is. The majority of the average and the majority are closer to what Q-Dog is saying. You know, they get incentivized because their competitive nature isn't no longer to be written in the history books. It's to be written in their checkbooks. They care more about competing to get more money, and then and their ambitions and their priorities are about that over prioritizing getting to the league or doing other things, because we just see that every single year at the college level, at the pro level, right? So that's what I would want to say. Like I get that there are people that are exceptions to the rule both ways. There's some guys that they just can't get a fair shot, no matter how hard. Even if they are as skilled as the number one, they're never going to get the shot. So the transfer portal makes sense to them. And there's also other guys that are like you, like they get to based on their region, they get to their state college, and they can walk on, but it just doesn't. Their coach, their system doesn't fit, and they need to move to a place that nurtures them. I can concede that both of those do exist, but those are the exceptions to the rule. The vast majorities, it's like a bell curve. It's right in the middle, right? And so when this is the problem. If we go to the answer, does the portal make the athletes weak or does it empower? Like Rock, I think it says it does both, but we're at a stage now where the bad apples are kind of have ruined it, right? One or two guys that are in there just transferring because they can't cut it because of their ability, not of their situation, are transferring over and over. The bad apples that are transferring because of money are making the other guys that would have legitimate reasons to use the NIL get screwed over, right? So me personally, to answer your question from before, would I rather have a guy that bounced around in the NIL or a guy that stayed at one place and was just slightly above average? I wouldn't choose neither. I wouldn't choose either. I would want a guy that showed up, red shirt, wasn't good enough to make it, but from the moment to year 2 or year 3, they improved consistently, and their mindset was like, I'm gonna beat the person in front of me to take their spot. If I'm the 4th string receiver, by the end of the season, I'm gonna be the 3rd or the 2nd, and then I'm gonna go to the 1st, and I'm gonna be that guy by the end of my tenure, because that process to me is what builds championships. It's what builds character. It's what builds perseverance. And if I'm looking for professional players, that's what you need to win consistently, long term. That's how you find franchise players. That's how you find loyal players like Tom Brady that'll stay for like almost their entire career, or name any professional athlete that just got drafted by their team and then just never left. That's what I would be looking for. And the NIL has created this kind of atmosphere where we really don't know what they are, right? You could be right. There could be diamonds in the rough that like, oh, they're going to jump from this school to this school to this school, and they finally get in a position where nobody's better than them, so they can go put up 1,600 yards receiving or rushing for like 1,800. But then as soon as they get to the league, because they've never faced adversity, the first time a team really takes it to them, they're like, wow, I was running for $180 every game, and now I can barely run for 36 yards. Those are the guys that flake off, and all of a sudden you've wasted a draft pick on this kid. You know what I mean? So that's why I would say I'm more of heavily restricting it. So the people that are the outliers, that are on either side, the ones that legitimately need it, actually use it. And it isn't just used all willy-nilly like it has become, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yes, sir. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and we're going to move on to the host. And he's been sitting there quietly, patiently. We're going to get him riled back up and get that energy drink in your host. And we want to ask this question to you. What do you think, host? Do you think the college transfer portal makes the athlete weak, or does it empower the athlete?
Man, I'm sitting here listening to y'all like a fan, bro. I'm enjoying this, man. You got me in the spot. I'm batting out to Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, and Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Good gracious. Nobody don't care who bat out to them. Oh my goodness. This is good, man. I just listening to you guys, man. I first of all, let me just admire it. Just let me just admire Q Dog for this discussion, and this is great, man. And I'm just a fan watching y'all. But I don't like the NIL. I can't stand it, man. Does it empower? I think it makes the athletes weak on one part because I use this before on the show. Dylan Gabriel, who played for South Florida, he played for Oklahoma, and then he went to Oregon. I don't like that. I don't like when players jump from here to here to there. And I think one of y'all just just beat McGraw. But I don't like that, man, because I think one of y'all just said it. I think Rock said it. It's like being on a job, man, and whoever's hiring you, they look at your resume. They're gonna be like, "Why are you jumping here to there?" They want to know, like, why are you going here to there to there to there? Now, Supreme made a good point about taking the position. If you're a quarterback and you want to be a number one quarterback, then you'll go to another school. But I don't believe in that. I believe that you should work your ass off to get that number one spot on that team. That's what I believe. I don't. What's up, Chelsea?
Chelsea, what's going on?
What's going on, Chelsea? What's up? But yeah, I don't like it, man. I can't stand it. I do not. When it does it empower? Would it come down to money? I don't like the money thing either, because why would you give a young kid money like that? With the Henry Ruggs situation and all that, does that not wake up everything? You cannot give a kid a whole lot of money like that, and because he becomes, I think one of y'all said it, and I just put it in another term, a spoiled brat. Because what's going to happen is he's getting that major bag, and when he goes to the pro, guess what he's going to do? If he's not getting paid, he's going to sit out training camp. Le'Veon Bell used to do it. I'm not playing until they give me this and this and that. Jamar Chase did it. I'm not playing until they give me this and this and that. And here I go. Back in the 90s and the 80s, you never heard that. You never heard that. Even in the NBA, we never heard what Michael Jordan made. We never heard what Larry Bird and Magic. We never heard about it. They never talked about it. They never complained about it. And I don't like it, man. It's a terrible idea to give these kids so much money, man. Cooper Flagg made like $1 million, bro. His family's already rich. Yeah. But he made like $1 million bucks just being in Duke. I'm not saying he don't have the hunger for it, but like I think one of y'all said, if you don't make it to the NBA Finals, like, whatever. I enjoy my millions at home. See, I don't like that, man. I don't like that. And that's not going to make you a real man out here, bro. It's not going to make you a real man whatsoever, man, because you're going to have a wife and kid and all that. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to settle for the mediocre. I think the NIL keeps you right there at the mediocre, man, to reaching your potential. And it's just like lifting weights. You lifting 20. But, bro, you done lifted 20 for about a month. Don't you think it's time to go to 50? And then after 50, then you go to 100. You know what I mean? But they just staying at 20. Staying at 20, bro. I ain't got to work hard. I ain't got to do this. I'm just going to, keep it 20. And I just don't like it, man. I don't like it. And Chelsea said Nick Saban. That's why Nick Saban got out of here, man. Mm-hmm. Nick Saban did not like it, bro.
It's a
he
trend.
Did not like it. Huh?
OG, do you notice the trend here that all the people who disagree with the transfer portal and NIL root for traditional blue blood programs in college sports, Rock being a Florida State Seminole, Supreme supporting the Michigan Wolverines, Host being an Alabama fan. These are all perennial powerhouses who have won.
I've only been in NCAA for 2 years now. I've only been into it for 2 years, so I don't have that kind of wealth.
But let me ask you this, Mark. Let me ask Mark something.
That type of competitor, though.
Mark, I know you don't have any kids, but if you got a son, let's say your son is 13 years old, and he said, "Dad, can I have $20?" What you gonna tell him? He ain't done nothing around the house. Would you give it to him?
No, because it wasn't given to me.
Wow.
Everything that I had to earn and work for. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing in college athletics.
No, sir.
I believe the solution to all of this is collective bargaining agreement. There needs to be a CBA between a players association representing the players of college athletics and the NCAA itself. And you need to start giving these players contracts similar to what they have in the NFL, where you have to meet certain incentives and meet certain goals and certain statistics in order to trigger your payday and get that money that you're trying to get after. That's, I think, what I think is a solution to what everybody wants. Host, OG, Supreme, and Rock, you guys get your old school disciplined football players who love the game. And on this side, in the new school world, we get college football players who are getting properly compensated, putting their bodies on the line to make millions and millions of dollars for these organizations and these universities. So I personally think that's the perfect middle ground. Give them incentivized contracts and make them earn the millions of dollars that they're getting in NIL.
I'm gonna say this, and I promise I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna ask Mark this a question. I'm gonna get real now. You ready?
Hey, man. Let's
go. All right. So let's say you sit down. And let's say you meet a girl, right? A woman. And you guys, how many boyfriends you had in the past? And she said, about 60, 70. How you gonna feel about her?
About how many?
Yeah. 60 or 70. How many you gonna feel about her? What you gonna feel about her?
He'd be 71.
He'd be 71.
He'd be 71. He'd be 71. That's all.
The thing is, I plead the fifth. That's a heck of an analogy for sure.
That really is. I plead the fifth. I'm gonna have a lot of questions on that one, bro.
At the end of the day, also,
why are you gonna have questions?
Like, why have two separate leagues at this point?
Between
college,
I mean,
like,
hold on. I'm grilling Mark. I love him to death, but I gotta grill him. Well, why are you gonna look at her?
Give you a
that?
chance to answer the question, Supreme, out the host.
Yes.
Sure.
You said, why am I looking at her like that?
Yeah. If she
said questions, because that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of times you didn't dip your spoon in the pot. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I got to be safe out here in these streets. Like Ice Cube scarred me for life. I ain't trying to catch nothing out here.
Okay.
Damn. That's the most PG way I can put it, ladies and gentlemen.
But what I'm saying is you're gonna look at her funny because you're gonna see all the teams that she done been on. I'm being discreet here. All the teams that she done been on, you done seen that. So you're gonna be looking like, no, you might leave me too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's not good. But if you get a daisy fresh rookie, that's somebody you can mold from clay, or somebody like that, then if somebody come in with just one team or one girl just come in here with one guy, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, she ain't been around, so yeah,
okay. So
yeah,
I would like to answer your question with a question. Then, okay.
Uh-huh.
In terms of I'm keeping it strictly in the realm of sports. I ain't getting into real life stuff.
Come on, man, give me something. I'm sorry.
What's the difference? What's the difference between Deshaun Stribling, who transferred to 3 different schools in 3 years, went from LSU, Oklahoma State to Ole Miss? What's the difference between him going to 3 different schools in college versus somebody in the NFL who might start off as with the Vikings, get cut, go play for the Jaguars, get cut, go play for the Raiders and get cut? What's the difference between the two of them?
You just said the word, get cut. You got cut. You didn't just leave. In the portal, you leave. You voluntarily want to leave. You quit. You got cut, though. So you ain't got no choice. You got to go.
Okay.
You forget, Mark, remember when we got blown out by Georgia? Half of our scholarship players entered the transfer portal. We didn't make the college football playoff. Florida State.
All right, well, we're going to do that's a good point.
Put my headset down, shutting up.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to Supreme. And we're going to give him a shot at this question. And then we're going to go into the live chat and get their input too, because they're part of this podcast.
Already hit, didn't he?
I did kind of hit it a little bit.
I didn't want you to go into it a little bit, but you was.
I'm sorry.
You pulled into it. I want to roll out the red carpet to you.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Yeah, so let me do what I do, and
tell him.
Yes, sir. Supreme. You know what the question is that's been asked here, and we want to get your input in. Do you think that the college transport make athletes weak, or does it empower them? Give America your best honest assessment.
I think, like I said, it does both. Like, because you can't really deny what we see, right? There are some players that abuse it and some players that don't, right? Like Baker Mayfield's an example, or other guys that have actually been able to use it appropriately. But then there's other guys that we see that it's made them weak. But I also want to look at it through a mentality factor. Like I'm old school, like I didn't, even though I grew up in the MJ era, I wasn't into basketball like that. My uncles made me watch those series, but I wasn't like invested like you guys were, right? I was still pretty young. I've just always been a natural. I just didn't like to lose, I'm just, that's me. And there's a drive internally that just I have. If I see somebody that's better than me, I just want to be better than them, and I'm going to do the work. My dad used to take me out when it came to soccer. He put me through some of the craziest practices just with him, and he'd do crazy things like he'd inflate a soccer ball so like heavy so that it hurt to kick it, and he'd make me practice with the ball like that. And he was like, if you can like play really well with a ball like this and kick the ball like and you don't care that it hurts, when you play with a regular ball, you're gonna have so much power and you're gonna have so much more control. And that's where I come from, right? So when it comes to the transfer portal, right, like my mentality comes from this is like I want to see people um face the challenges that they have, the road in front of them, because that is going to build them to whoever they are. The transfer portal, I think, robs us from having some of these kids go through that road, and as a result, we have no idea how many of those kids could have become the next great one, because they never had to go push, and so they get the easier route. And I just, being a Christian as well, we embrace suffering, because our lessons come from the suffering that we get through the hard times. We get perseverance, we get mental fortitude, and we overcome that way. So for me, I do see that it makes them weaker in one way, but I also understand where Mark is coming from. I'm Hispanic. I'm also a minority, a visible minority, right? So I understand what it's like to not have access to things too, and want you know have care for that at the end of the day, I don't want to make rules based on the exception. I want to make rules for the majority. And if if we can come up with rules to make it go so that it makes sense, then yeah, for sure. But I don't know if that is possible. It's probably more likely that you just have to get rid of it. And it sucks that the few have to suffer as a result. But I think it does both, and more it weakens than empowers. Though, if I'm going to go percentage, I'll go like 80-20. It weakens over empowers.
Okay, all right. That was good points from all of you. We got two to split. Rock and Supreme. Mark is on the empowerment side, and the host is on the weekend side. I really feel I'm kind of old school, and I kind of relate that sports as well as like going to a job. And every job you go to, there's going to be people that you cannot stand on the job, that you do not like. You're going to have to work with people you do not like. I promise you that. But you got to get over that to accomplish one common goal is to get paid and go home. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I'm old school. I think that if you don't work out, the hell with you. That's just it. You just got to go home and work on your craft so you can be better. I mean, I'm trying to send you somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? So you can get on a team that'll fit you like a puzzle where you can succeed. But somewhere down the line, like I don't know who said that, like Rock, like Supreme said, when you come back to the NFL, now you got to do it again. You got to run against that wall again. What you gonna do this time? You can't keep running against adversity and keep running. I don't believe in that. I just don't believe in it. So that's just me. Y'all put up good points. Host, where you at, host? Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't see your face.
I'm just setting up.
Okay. All right. Now, Going along with that, y'all host. Can you put in the live chat? Let them get an input in. Did any of them have something to say about the transport portal thing?
Well, I tried to was Chelsea.
I think Sheila had something to say. I think that Coach, what she say? Honestly, the one who really ain't that great are the ones transferring multiple times.
True.
Well, you need to step your game up. That's all I got to tell you. Let's go to the next.
I mean, but Cam Ward transferred 3 times and went number 1 overall, though.
Okay, Mark, let's move on.
There's exception to the rule.
Sheila Dupree says, I traveled the hard road and made me who I am today. Strong as hell. There we go. Old school. All right, who else? Q-Dog said, the hell with you. What I say, I mean, if you can't, I mean, you got to practice to the point where somebody's practicing harder than you. Larry Bird used to say that I just shoot 500 jumpers. I ain't coming off because he's somewhere magic shooting 700. You know what I'm saying? He know that he's got to face the ultimate competitor, so he's going to compete more. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to get on you get to a college, you're in a high school, you go to other talents around you on a collegiate level, and you can't make a cut to mustard, the hell with you. I ain't finna transfer you no damn well, put you on no card to try to put out the greatness in you. You need to step your game up.
That's it. Drew to the game.
What's up, Drew? Oh, Drew. Hey, Drew, I wish you would have came earlier. I got you in on that the earlier topic. Man. Okay, it say Philly G, Mark, that's one person. The reason they got taken was because they went somewhere they could finally shine. So who is he talking about, Mark?
He could be talking about Baker Mayfield, or he could be talking about Cam Ward.
Cam Ward, I think.
Yeah, Cam Ward. Okay.
It's plenty of examples.
Okay, all right. Let's go to the next one. You got another one, host?
No, so that's it.
All right. Thank y'all for chiming in on that particular subject of the NIL. We really do appreciate that.
Can I add one last thing on the? Do you mind if I add one last thing on the NIL too?
Go ahead, sir.
Now, there's one thing like Mark, you were talking about, and I know that there's money involved right now, like, and we want to get these kids paid and whatnot. But then at this point, it turns into like, what's the point of having professional leagues if college kids can make a good money to the point where they can, invest it and be smart with it and end up
right, Chelsea,
doing something, like having a good steady life, so what it should be like, if everybody, like at the college level, everybody should get a shot, like it shouldn't be about who can make the team the most money or blah blah blah, all these things, right? And like we have to draw a line at some point, because we got professional sports for a reason, and if they're getting paid like semi-pro athletes or pro athletes, like they're students, they should be focused on their education as well, and there should be some sort of line being drawn to that. So another reason why like I said, has to be super heavily regulated so it makes sense, or or it just can't be a thing. And maybe that just means that some of these colleges and the universities, maybe something has to be put in place where the money that they make from merchandising goes to not just football, it goes to the school, to other sports, to the betterment of education, because they make millions, right? Like, did we forget they're students? They're there for an education. It should be first. I get they're really good athletes and stuff, and they have the potential to go pro, but I think the money kind of sours that aspect. So that's one aspect that I think we didn't really talk about.
It does.
Mark, do you want to counteract that, though?
I do. I agree with Supreme. I think the issue isn't so much that they're getting money from their name, image, and likeness. I think it's the fact that we never set a salary cap on how much they can make. And in my opinion, just to sum it up real quick, there is no reason why DJ Lagway should be able to wash out of Florida and transfer to Baylor and still make enough money to be living off campus in a mansion when he's on his second school after washing out at Florida. That's where I think it's really gotten out of hand. Should I have enough money to live off of and eat off of as a college athlete? Yes. But should it be to the point where I'm literally in a $3.4 million house while I'm a college student? Hell no.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where we really got messed up. We should have enabled this or put a salary cap on it so you don't have situations like this. Or to the point where you're paying a quarterback $6 million for him to go gamble and then never play it down to football for you. But I digress.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And now he's in the
the focus should be different. It should be their education, and everybody should get a chance to play and shine.
Okay, gentlemen. Okay, we're gonna move on. Chelsea put one in the comment there. Host, can you pop it up so we can read it? She said the system fails to teach young athletes how to handle adversity and work through hardships, teaching them instead to run or abandon their teammates the moment things get difficulty. Herb Street, yeah. Yes, I agree with her. I think what we're doing now, we're still following from the roots of, sports as a kid. We're still doing the pampering type of thing. And I really feel that, and we're translating this as they get older, we want to feel the sorrowness and want to help them out and get, but we push away the word of persevering and hard work. We're pushing that word away. We really are pushing that word away so that we can make every athlete a great athlete. Every athlete can't be a great athlete. Some work harder than others. And so, but that's on you if you don't want to work hard and grind, and be on a certain level, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to continue to just pass you by and put money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just think this thing done got out of hand with the NIL. Okay, well, we're going to move on to the last but not least question. And we're going to talk about when athlete makes it to the pro level. And we're talking about a lot of these athletes with these lucrative contracts, with making 160, 150 million, 140 million. And we see that a lot of these guys, to me, they're held to a certain accountability because of the money that you make. And a lot of owners out there really are not getting the best bang for their buck. And let me quote some things that I put down. We have dedication arguments and balance arguments. There's a dedication and a balance. Some people believe in a dedication. Some believe in a balance when it comes to professional athlete. Most of your athletes in the NFL, you have a 3 to 4 year window while you are in the prime of your professional career, but to the beginning until you falter. So you have like a 3 or 4 year window. NBA is a little longer, or 4 to 5, depending on the athlete. But that's just about the average of, an athlete in their prime. The dedication argument is that your health condition, you work on your health and your physical maintenance and your nutrition. Your performance expectation. Those who've given these massive contracts, you are fatigued by scrutiny, fans, and the media. They expect a certain level of you for the investment that they put in you. On the balance side, we have ownership should treat their players' contract as business asset and commodities. Players treated as if their professionalism is not their sole purpose in life. So I want to know, host posed the question. Do you think the NFL/NBA/NFL are contractually obligated to fill their job requirements? That's a two-part question. Or do you believe in dedication or do you believe in play and a balance for your players of your team? This is all of y'all. Y'all are general owners of a team. Y'all are general owners of a team, and everybody in the live chat. This is the question for y'all. So, that being said, I'm going to go to the host first. Let's go to the host. Let's see how he feels about this question. Host, you've been watching a lot of NFL, watched a lot of NBA. You've been around for a minute there, sir. You've seen a lot of guys be competitive. You see some guys didn't live up to their potential. So that being said, host, especially in the NBA, we haven't been seeing a lot of competitiveness in the NBA playoffs. At least I haven't. I don't know about you. I think we all haven't really. So we haven't get the bang for our viewership. We're not owners, but like you, as an NFL owner, you with all these billions of dollars, and you wants to win a championship. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the NBA and NFL are contractually obligated to fulfill their requirements, job requirements? And also in the two-part question, do you believe in dedication or do you believe in a balance for your players of your team?
Ooh, it's a great one. That's a great one. If I was an owner, I am going to. I think the job requirement is a must. When it comes down to that, I do agree with that part. But I like that second part where you say, "Do you believe in dedication?" Yes, I do, because even this show is built off dedication, because we hear each and every week Saturdays at 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube. But that's dedication.
I like the way you stole that one. Go ahead on,
baby. That's dedication, baby. That's dedication.
Yes, sir.
That's dedication, man. And we need to get that. That's why I go back to I ain't gonna go back too far, but that's what I'm saying. Need to be dedicated to one team, man. Just like getting married, dedicated to one woman. You know what I'm saying? Dedicated to one man. You just dedication, man. Dedication shows a lot. You guys are dedicated to what y'all do each and every Saturday, man, and the people appreciate it. That's dedication. That's something that we don't have from this generation here, man. You got some, again, I'm not going to just discount the whole generation. You got diamonds in the rough. Man, live chat popping. I'm catch up with y'all. But I also do, I'm going to go a little bit with the balance as well.
Yeah, we're going to get with y'all.
Yeah, we're going to a little balance and stuff like that, man. So, yeah. If I was an owner, like you said, I like how you said that too. The viewership, I'm not getting a bang for your buck for my viewers. You're right, bro. Because these games, for me, and you know, me and you talk, boy, I be like, bro, this game suck. Good Lord, but yeah, man, it's not that like the performances, man. And if I was an owner, I would do something to try to. That's and not to be biased, man, but that's why I love Al Davis, man. Al Davis was the type of owner where he's going to bring that talent and that nobody wanted. He brought those guys that struck fear, man, but also entertaining as well. And that's what you just got to do, man. You got to put asses in seats. Sorry, Spring. You got to put asses in seats, man. And as a business, on a business perspective, man. But that word, Q. That word dedication, brother. You hit a grand slam, fly ball. I'm talking about, boy, you way out there like Willie Mays. Dedication. I like that. I like that, bro. I like that because dedication is the important thing that you want in any athlete. I don't give a damn if it's baseball, basketball, or football. But I'm shutting up.
Okay, I understand your point, what you're saying, and then dedication that goes along with we're talking about being competitive, and so that kind of work hand in hand. I want to ask you a question: if you, as you being the owner of the team that you own, and you lose in a final round or the playoffs or in the championship title, what do you expect from your star player during the off season?
Oh, me?
Yeah, what do you expect? I know that. Do you expect your player to have the balance of your player to go on into the off season and not work on their craft, or just go on and just
good question.
Just live their lives and just forget about being a professional athlete for 2 or 3 months till you come back to the season? Or do you think that the money that I paid you 150, 100 because you're contractually mine. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you know what I'm saying? I want greatness. I want a trophy. That's what I give the money to you for.
There you go.
Basically, that's what I gave it to you for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To bring home the trophy. So during the off season, I need this you to do. You think I need this to be your life? Because I gave you this $150 million. I need this sport to be your life. Or do you just don't worry about it and just worry about when he pick it up when he want to pick it up?
Good God, you gotta love Q Dog's passion, boy. You gotta love it. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna go in the coach's hat situation instead of the owner's cue, because I went to 3 championship games, man, with my team. I went to 3 of them. 2 of them I went back-to-back championships, and I lost. And my last speech to my team was, I said in the off season, I want everybody to work. Put that controller down. And get out there and work. If y'all need somebody if y'all want to work, call me. Y'all got my number. We can set up time for practice, and I get with you one-on-one, or I get with you as a team, and we will work this whole summer, or we'll work this whole winter. And I've done that. And it's dedication, Q. It's just dedication. Even when I was a kid, long story short, this guy named Jay Booz, man. Jay Booz was so good, bro. He was good. Like he played for Cleveland Cavaliers G League. Like he was good, man. Jay Booz, he was the best. He was left-hander. Man, he used to be dunking and all that. And I couldn't beat him. Bro. I could not guard that dude, man. Jay Booz was off the chain, bro. And he used to embarrass me, bro. And so them times, man, when Jay Booz was around, when he was on the road, bro, like, I started working on my game when nobody was down there at the center. I was down there. I was imagining that I was playing him, bro. And it's that dedication, putting that work in. I was running base. I was running sprints. I was running suicides. I was doing all that, bro, by myself because I wanted to be good, bro. And then I bust his ass when he came back. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you got to put in that work, man, that dedication, Q. That I'm telling you, brother, you hit a nail on the head when you said that word right there, because that is the most important thing, one of the most important things that a man, this ain't the barbershop, but as a man, you need dedication, man, because dedication is going to get you the respect that you deserve and need in this world. If you dedicate it, people will believe in you and they will take you very seriously. Shut up, host. Okay.
All right, Jose. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. So we're gonna move on to our next guy, the guy on the podcast, one of our fearless leaders, to answer this question. And we're gonna stay in Las Vegas. We're gonna go to Mr. Young Mark. Young Mark, I feel something itching in my bones that you're gonna counteract this some kind of way. But I knowing the man that you is, I don't know. I just have to let you speak on this. And yes, Mr. Mark, Mark, I want to answer you this question. This is a very, very important question that I put up here, and I want to get your input on it. Mr. Young Mark, do you think the NBA / NFL are contractually obligated to fulfill their job requirement? In the 2-part question. Now, you got your owner's cap on in the second part of the question. And do you believe in dedication? Or do you believe in a balance for your players, for your team?
I think that professional athletes are contractually obligated to fill their job requirements, but they don't always do it. One of the things that I hate to see, especially in football, is a dude will have like 2 or 3 years left on his contract, and he's already going to the team asking for an extension or holding out, trying to get more money. It's like your contract doesn't end until 2028, 2029. We're in 2026. What are you worrying about this for? Like, you should be worrying about the team and trying to help us succeed and win a championship, not your pockets in that situation. But at the same time, I also understand that the risk that dudes are taking, just even practicing, not to throw shade, this isn't shade at all, but I think about how much money Teddy Bridgewater lost out on just by going to practice and getting hurt
Facts.
that one season. So I think there needs to be a balance, and there's one thing that host said that I don't disagree with it, but I want to add on to it. You have to work hard, but you also have to play hard. People always talk about the work that you put in to achieve greatness and to achieve a certain level of greatness as an athlete, but you also have to recover and invest in your recovery as well. Because again, if you are just constantly going at the grind 24 hours a day and never giving your mind or your body a chance to rest and relax, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to be more susceptible to make mistakes. You're going to be more injury prone. So yes, in the off season, like host said, be practicing extra stuff, be working on your craft, be getting better, and showing that you really want to win a championship and you really want to be the best of your profession. But also make sure you're dedicating equal time to your body, to your rest, to your recovery, to your relaxation, to your mental health. So that way you can be a completely and full athlete, or in the case of being a man, be a full and better person. It's much easier to be a consistent leader, to be a man, or to be a father, to be a brother, or whatever, if you are 100%. And being 100% means adding muscle and working out in the gym. And it also means taking a cold shower and getting something to eat when you get home. So I think that's the real balance. But in terms of striking a balance between business and personal, like being an owner, in that two-part question, I think the greatest example of that is not to get off topic, but Rockstar Rock, the owner of his football team, the Jaguars, his son is also the owner of All Elite Wrestling, a big wrestling company. And you always hear stories out of All Elite Wrestling about the owner, Tony Khan, being a man of the people and doing all these extra things for his wrestlers and treating them less like contracted employees and more like human beings, investing in like their catering, their hotels, their mental health, giving people time off when they need it for personal reasons or for health reasons. So in return, when he's nice to his wrestlers, they go out there and they give him one hell of a show every single week. It's one of the reasons why, in my opinion, AEW is the best wrestling company in the world. No plug, no advertisement. But when you treat people with respect, when you treat them kindness, and when you take care of them, they will in turn give you everything that they got, and everybody will win in that situation. So I definitely think you have to be able to strike the balance between business and personal. If I'm going to treat you good off the field, I don't need you to become Albert Hainsworth to me when it's time to negotiate a contract.
I agree with that. That's a good Albert Hainsworth, the perfect example. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
The worst free agent signing.
He is the perfect goddamn example. I agree with you, bro. Yes, sir. I agree. That's something. I remember. No, you're talking about.
Yeah. So you're saying that basically that you believe there's a balance. The second part, instead of dedication, and so. Okay, I understand you think there should be a balance, and someone that nearly shouldn't be working on their craft, or 365. Basically, what you're saying. So
I'm saying if I'm gonna go put in work from 8 to 5, I deserve to be able to kick back and relax from 7 to 11. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I can understand that, but I'm talking like during the whole season. Well, I want to question.
I'm saying like during the season, if you want to be completely locked in on your craft while it's the season, I understand. Like, dude, you got to do to win the championship. Between when it's your sports season, your main focus should be on winning a title. Nothing else should matter. I shouldn't be worried about a jersey exchange with Rock after we play basketball. I shouldn't be worried about a guest appearance on the Real Sports podcast. If it's football season, I need to be focused on winning that title. But if it's the off season, why not come on and get on the Real Sports podcast? Why not exchange jerseys and stories with Rockstar Rock? We're not competing right now. It's the off season. But when it's time to go, I'm trying to take your head off. Respect.
So you believe during the regular season when you're competing, you shouldn't be on podcasts and doing anything outside of sport because you need to be concentrated on your sport while you're playing in the regular season.
You need to be locked in because you only have a certain
window.
Have
athletes that do that. When during the regular season, they do podcasts, they do other things that are off the field, away from the sport. When they're in the regular season, we do have athletes that do that. So
that's a distraction.
That's a distraction. Okay,
I shouldn't be seeing you filming a music video after you just got your ass kicked on Monday Night Football.
So you're disrespecting the contract that I gave you. Okay, I got you. I got what you're saying.
It shows me you don't care.
Yeah, you don't care. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. So we're gonna go from here. We're gonna go down to south there, down there to Duval County and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I always put that question back up there again because I got a little bit of Alzheimer's. I don't remember some things I say. So,
oh boy, hey, I'm glad
you know, but I'm trying. That's so Rockstar Rock. You know, you're a man of integrity and smartness and everything. Host. It disappeared again, host.
he said Darren Waller.
No, the question.
I got
back to them later. They can get.
Got to post them. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
I got you. Let me take this off.
Do you think the NBA and NFL are contractually obligated to fill their job requirement? And the second part of this question, do you believe in dedication or do you believe in a balance for your players on your team? This is you as a general manager. Now you the manager.
For the first part of the question, yes, my if I have an NBA a star or athlete on my squad, yes, they're obligated to fill their job requirement. Now, I know with the NBA roster, it's 15-man roster, so only maybe 13 players might see the floor on any given night. NFL, like you state, Q-Dog, it's a 53-man roster. So, you got 11 on offense, you got 11 guys on defense that you can necessarily plug and play different times necessarily for them to contractually fill their job obligations and whatnot. And as far as with the two-parter, do I believe in dedication and balance? I will say I'm gonna state two players. One is a 7-time Super Bowl champion, Tom Brady. He believed in dedication. He believed in putting the work in. He knew he wasn't that great of an athlete coming into the NFL, 7th round draft pick. He knew that the dedication was going to lead to him winning championship. I'll bet he did have some few scandals here and there, but his work on the field.
Thank you.
The work on the field speaks for itself. And then I will list another guy, the quarterback for my team, Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. He believes in balance. He doesn't believe that football is the end-all be-all. He believes in his faith. He put God first. He believed that God put him on earth to right now to be a NFL quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But when it's his time to do something else, he believes he's going to be okay with that because he believes in his faith in God and what God is and his religion and what he was taught and things of that nature. That football is not the end all be all. So I will say I love the fact that Tom Brady had to live off of his dedication. Because if you think about it, this man, Tom Brady, not to get personal, brother went through 2 different separations with his marriage and things of that nature because he was so dedicated to the football. Whereas though, where I say with Trevor Lawrence, his faith and what his passion and his religion allow him to kind of overcome the things of people saying that he wasn't worth the money that they gave, his injuries that he had to overcome. To where as though last season he put all that behind him because of his faith, his belief in what God is giving him to go out there and do is allowing him to overcome that. So I say it's a bit of both. You can have a guy that's going to be dedicated, and you can also have a guy that puts his faith first and let God do the work for him out there on the field and give him the strength that he needs to do to perform. So I say it kind of go hand in hand though, as far as having a guy that's dedicated and also having a guy that's balanced. Because if you think about it, everybody that says things about Tom Brady as him being a great teammate, they also say he was a bit of a a-hole because of that dedication. The same as with Michael Jordan. Same as with Kobe Bryant. Their teammates say these guys were so dedicated. Like Kobe Bryant, the night that Shaquille O'Neal won his 4th NBA championship, he went to the gym and started shooting. He starts putting up shots. The night that he dropped them 3 air balls when against Utah Jazz, he went home, and the dedication that he wanted to do was to win. He wanted to win. So, but his teammates took a little bit of flack for his dedication because he knew he was like, hey, if you guys can't get here with where I am, then I'm going to treat you this way so I can know that at least when we go into the fire, we're there. So whereas though like a guy like Trevor Lawrence having that balance and believing in the faith, he can also spread that in a good way as being letting his actions speak for himself as being a leader, a vocal leader. Guys are going to depend on him. He take all of his teammates out during the off season. They go out on trips and they're out there doing off season work. He's out there with our receivers and things of that nature. So I believe it goes hand in hand. You can have a guy that's real dedicated to his craft, and you can also have a guy that has that balance where he allows his faith and things that he's able to do outside of the NFL, outside of his job, to allow him to come back into the fold when it's time to come back in the fold.
Okay, I understand that.
Good point. Good point, bro.
Good points. Good points, but
good points.
In actual belief, from what I see, when you say dedication and balance, that dedication, you name these players that you name, Kobe, Jordan, and stuff like that, and then you naming your quarterback and his balance and everything. But to me, and Tom Brady, I think really dedication brings the hardware home. I just really believe that. I just really believe you giving up your life and you really focus. And a lot of people don't want to get on that. It's hard to play with players like that because they don't want to get on that type of level. They want to have the balance. And so, but you see that the type of players they are and how great they are because of what they put in, and what they put in. And so that the results that you're going to get out. So that's the difference I see. So, you can have the balance, but I understand what you're saying. When you make a comparison those ways, but I just think the dedication, the dedication
is gonna beat out.
Yeah, it's gonna beat it out. It's equal to hard shit. It's equal to hard work. Okay, we're gonna move on. Last but not least, we're gonna go on up to the Canadian border there and
Latino Heat,
Viking Latino Heat.
Latino Heat.
I know he's gonna bring the noise on this last but final answers to this question. And my Canadian brother, can you please tell the audience and everybody in the Real Sportcast, what do you think? Do you think the NBA and NFL are contractually obligated to fill their job requirements? And the second part of this question, and also, do you believe in dedication or do you believe in a balance for your players of your team? You as an owner, Supreme. Let's get it.
For me, yeah, I would definitely stand on the side of I want results. I don't want to be paying people for their potential and them never actually ever coming, fulfilling that potential. Like we are paying players for their potential, not what they've done anymore. We've moved to a different era of contract negotiations. Look at Dak Prescott, man. Like, look at Joe Burrow. I get it. Joe Burrow took him to a Super Bowl. I get there's guys that you might look at the skill, whatever, the numbers. But at the same time, what have they done in the league? Honestly, nothing. Right. Yeah. So for me, I would say they should be. We should be looking at them fulfilling what their contract obligations are. That's my perspective. I don't want to pay. I don't want to think on potential. I want results, right? When it comes to am I a dedication guy or a balance guy? I'm gonna say I'm balanced, but not in the way that you guys think. I'm gonna look at it on the big scale. Okay, I want dedication. If you're gonna be in the league for 10 years, I want you to live, breathe, sleep, everything, basketball or football.
I agree.
Every moment, every shot into that championship, into fulfilling the greatness, the potential that you have. The balance comes for me after football.
Come on, Supreme.
You're 35 years old, okay?
Oh,
You
come here,
can
brother.
go and relax for the next 30, 40 years, okay?
Yep.
50 years, whatever, depending on everybody, right? Everybody's got different life expectancies, and you know, some
That's
guys
true,
like to go
yeah.
race motorcycles or whatever, end up, you know, skydiving and whatever their lifespan. But if
Right,
you're talking about like
right.
natural expectancy, you know, if
Right.
you're in the league for 5, 10, 15 years, whatever it is, that time should be dedication. Balance should come later. And now when we look at the micro level, I look at guys like Jordan. I look at guys like Kobe. Jordan used to have basically a summer league. He would bring the best players of every single team, and he would play them in the off season.
He sure did,
Stay,
man. Yeah,
so
he sure did,
in
bro.
shape, and he could have the competition when
Yeah.
it didn't even matter.
That's what I'm
Those
talking
games,
Competitiveness.
nobody
There
even
you
knew
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
a lot
talking
of those
about.
games were happening. Those were closed doors,
Yep.
and it wasn't televised.
Nope.
A lot of these stories come out decades after
Yes,
he
yep.
retired about these games, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
that's the type of dedication. But when to go to Rock's points, like they need to rest and recuperate and whatnot, and they do. Jordan also smoked cigars, gambled, played freaking 36 rounds of golf, and then went and shut down players in the Olympics.
Come on, bro.
You can find balance on the micro level too, but it doesn't have to sacrifice your dedication. Kobe Bryant, man, he was always at practice 2 hours before everybody, and he was always there at least 2 hours after. He would do in training camp. He would go to the small man clinic in the morning from like 7 till like 11, and then he would go to the big man and participate with the big man from like 1 to like 4 or whatever. And then he would put an extra 2 hours in, and he would lift. You know what I mean? So that's a dedication. So that's why I say my balance is I want you to put it all when you dedicated your life to the sport at the professional level. Your balance comes after. You know, I get it. You know, some people may not like it because that means that your family life might suffer because you're not going to be there for every event. You're not going to be there to be a perfect husband or all these things. You may not be there outside of financially supporting your family and your obligations, but that's what those next 25, 30, 40, 50 years are going to be for after, when you're retired and you have buttloads of money that you can actually spend all that time and put in that work and that dedication there then, you know. So that's what I would say when it comes to it. I'm balanced, but in a different way.
Okay. All right.
I like that.
I heard from everybody on the panel host. Let's get to the live chat real quick and see what they think about this subject. This subject that we displayed, the last third question, and see what they got to say.
Let's go with Chelsea. She already put hers in. Let's go with she.
I didn't get to read it. Let's see. She to say retired Navy here, and yes, I was obligated to give my all, but also dedicated enough to give all that is in me to my country. Same as pro ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Same.
All right. Coach, okay, Chelsea, you are contractually obligated to do media for your team. LOL, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Chelsea. I blame owners more times than not for paying unworthy players more so than I do athletes. That's all of them for making dumb gamble moves on a sorry player that proved they didn't earn it.
That's the last one.
It's the name of the game. Though it's a business, athletes need their pay. It's up to the teams if they want to gamble on the player. I agree 100%. She agree.
And you have it.
There you have it, folks. Well, I enjoyed my time with these three questions. What I got of it is that from we go from little league to a collegiate level and to pro level. We still have a
I agree, Philly G.
level of competitiveness that
Mhm.
we needs to be more competitive in sport. We're throwing our arms around athletes too much, and we're not giving the best bang of viewership. That as I and that's what hurt me the most. And so
And yes.
that's what they're getting paid for, is to entertain. And so a way of getting athletes and future athletes more competitive. Whether we work around parents, whether we work around coaches at the college football level, or we work around coaches and owners. We have to make sure that we're getting the best competitiveness out of the athletes and make sports more enjoyable. So that's it for me. I was glad to be able to do the host, and I hope I did a good job to y'all. And I love each and every last one of you guys on this show, dear to my heart. I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad we was able to sit down and share this wonderful topic. And all y'all put in great input, like y'all intelligent minds do. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Oh, Q,
We did it.
you did it.
Ah!
You did it, man. Yeah. A whole week's preparation, boy. You did it.
It was my honor, there, host. My honor.
Yes, sir, man.
It was my
Same
honor.
to you, Philly G. Same to
Same
you.
to you, Philly G,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you,
I know,
Philly G.
man.
Bro. Miss you, bro.
It's coming out now.
Good show.
Yeah, man.
Oh, good
Yeah,
show. All right.
man.
No. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Glad you
yes.
enjoyed it, my brother. Come on back. Come on back. We got more for you. Got more for you,
More
bro.
for you.
It's just the topping of the iceberg. Come on back, baby.
I'm telling you, man. It's good, man. It's good. Q Dog, once again, man. I'll tell you, bro. It's good. It's good, bro. Good show, man. Good.
Thank you,
Way to
host. Thank
step
you. I
up, man.
appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate
Yeah, you did a good job, bro.
it. Thank you,
And
sir.
I ain't just
Thank you,
talking because I got lips.
I appreciate you, Mark. I ain't heard nothing from you, but
Hey,
I appreciate you.
Q Dog brought it tonight, man. Them questions were definitely on one tonight. The host
Yeah,
called
that's
me
it,
Barbara. That might be Diane Sawyer right there.
You said
Mark,
Diane Sawyer,
Hey,
bro.
Mark, that's Supreme. That's what that Hey, Mark, you asked that's Supreme. That's what that
Philly G,
Kool-Aid
second
do
one,
for you.
baby.
You need to try it.
That's
baby. You
that
need to try it.
Kool-Aid do for you.
The only
You so when I get
Kool-Aid
off,
I don't
baby.
like
You so when I get off.
Woohoo, boy, oh boy.
That purple stuff, Mark.
Hey, Rock, which purple team want to chip first? Mount Hornets or his Vikings?
Our
Probably the
Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, boy, go ahead on, man.
Crazy.
We have way more potential at this point.
I think the Vikings.
And really make
Oh, Philly G, baby girl, 1 year old, June 6th.
on the win-loss record.
That's what's up, baby.
We're gonna do something.
Oh, her birthday 2 days after mine.
That's what's up.
Yeah, her birthday. Yeah.
Hey,
June, all right, Philly G.
Happy belated birthday, Philly G.
Hey,
baby.
one down and 17 to go, bruh. Power to the people, bruh. Power to the people.
Congrats, brother.
Oh man! All right, let's get before we wrap things up here, man. Tonight, man, I want to take a moment to say thank you to some very special people. I'm talking about Real Sports podcast panel, man. Would not be the Real Sports podcast wouldn't be what it is today without these incredible men on this panel, man, that help build this show week after week, year after year, man. And individually, man, to the Q Dog, man, thank you for answering the call tonight, brother. The host, to leading the show, dropping some good questions for us, man. The OG always deliver, man. This is the reason why we call him a Hall of Famer, a living legend. I appreciate you, bro. To my boy, Latino Heat. That's my dude right there, man.
Oh.
Supreme, man. Thank you, Supreme. You stepping up, man, and host using that host chair and you did an outstanding job yourself, brother. When your number was called, you stepped up. You bring the passion, you bring the energy, you bring the love for sports, man, that the audience appreciate every single week, man. Appreciate you, man. Rockstar Rock. Duval, man. Thank you, brother, for being willing to take the ball, man. Thank you. You took the ball. You took the ball and ran. Yes, sir. Rockstar Rock, man. You took the ball. You ran with it, bro. When you hosted, man, when you hosted the show, you brought the enthusiasm. You brought great conversation that kept the audience entertained from start to finish, bro. You did it, man. And last but not least, the MVP. Now, the MVP, you didn't host the Real Sports Talk Show, but he has done a fantastic job in building and hosting his own show, On the Mark, with Young Mark. I'm trying to tell you, man, Mark has stepped up, y'all, and he's speaking with confidence. He had a time at first, but he worked, again, he got dedicated, and he worked on his craft, ironically. But watching him grow and develop his voice and become, that host of that show, and how he bring the UFL, and you can tell, I can tell he does his homework, and I can tell he's been working on himself. It's a beautiful thing, man. All y'all stepped up and host, man, and I'm just a fan, man. I'm just watching y'all do y'all thing, man. And Q called me. He said, "I'm stepping up to the plate," and I said, "All right, bro, there we go." He was the last of the Mohegans, and he brought it home, man. It was 4th and 1. And I call. Let me see. I call. I write 34. Let's go. I write 34. Strong power dive. 1st and goal. Hey, Q wrote it in. He wrote it in, man. So again, man, thank you guys, man. You guys, this is what makes this panel special. Isn't just sports knowledge, man. It's the friendship. It's the respect, man. It's the dedication. It's the willingness to show up each and every week for the audience, man. And the truth is, any one of these guys can carry a show. Any one of them. That's how talented this panel is, man. And each they all bring something unique to the table, man. And making this thing what it is, the Real Sports Podcast, what it is. So, again, brothers, thank you guys for hosting and stepping up, bro. I have been enjoying this and watching y'all grow, man. Y'all ready for y'all own podcast, man. To be honest with you, y'all ready for y'all own thing, man. And that's what this is about, man. It's you guys branching off and going. You guys have been invited to different podcasts because people seeing you out here. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love every bit of it, man. So I'm gonna need my gold jacket one day. Philly G. Yes, sir. I got the MVP here. Oh, you talking about his birthday? Yeah. Sheila Dupree, girl. These men, man. These my dudes right here, man. I fight lion, tigers, and bears with them. I go front line with them, boy. These things, they ready, boy. They've been a long time. Long time since I seen a Joe. Long goddamn time, boy. But hey, brothers, thank y'all, man. Y'all all stepped up, man. And Mark, like I said, you didn't hit the show, man, but that On the Mark, bro. Yeah, it's real deal, Evander Holyfield, bro. Tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now, man. Love my brothers, man. We're gonna get out of here. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Lord have mercy. But nevertheless, we started late. That's my fault. But it again, man. Thank Q Dog, man, for bringing it home. Q Dog did an excellent job, bro. He did an excellent job, man, for bringing it. I knew he was. I knew he's a little nervous. I can feel it. That's my boy. I know my boy now. He's a little nervous, but he did it. Sheila Dupree. That's an extra chicken on the plate now for him now. Yes, sir. There you go. That's an extra squeeze when you see him now. Your man brought it home, man. That's my man right there, man. That's my man right here. So we'll get out of here, man. So don't forget about next Saturday, man. Next Saturday, again, man. Next Saturday we'll be here, same old time, same Real Sports time, same Real Sports channel. 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching Q Dog do his thickety thing, man. And again, we'll see y'all Saturday, 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube, man. It is Father's Day tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to mine up there. Happy Father's Day to the dog, Rockstar Rock, and Supreme and Mark. You are very lucky. Stay lucky. Until then, man, everybody around the world, man, please be safe and stay safe. And that's an order.